After losing almost $4 billion, Disney, right? ABC offers Jimmy Kimmel his show back. Jimmy Kimmel accepts, and I am disappointed. I'm actually disappointed. I'm disappointed that Jimmy Kimmel accepted. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, but I thought that was the point of the boycott. We wanted him back on the air. We wanted his show back. I just thought that we were thinking bigger. I thought we were done thinking small. I thought we were going to think bigger. Disney lost $3.87 billion overnight. So clearly the power lies with the consumers, not the people that are actually helping sign off or vote off on legislation, right? The power lies with us. In less than a week, ABC reneges on their initial decision, decides to go against the FCC, right? Because they're losing so much money, because the impact, the pressure from the consumers was so great, they folded. And Jimmy Kimmel, who had the chance of leading a great anti-censorship movement, just took the job. He just took it. He just took it. Fuck all the other Americans that also lost their job, that was doxed, right? That are without income currently. But he got his job back. And I thought that Americans finally got to a place where we were tired of just thinking about ourselves. That we were no longer just thinking about ourselves. I'm not coming back until every American gets their job back. That should have been the fucking response. But after millions of Americans boycotted for this man to get his job back, he just took it. He just took it. And we're not going to hear nothing ever again about this situation. And so I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because this was I felt like a great starting point for a great national sit down. Everyone across all states, like the Flint sit down, you know? A general strike. Teachers don't go to school. They don't teach. Students don't go to school. They're not learning. Physicians, I'm sorry. Especially the essential workers. Oh, sit down. Everybody needs to sit down so that everybody can be taken care of. But Jimmy just accepted his job back. So now we just wait and see what he does when he gets back on air. But again, I just feel like we just lost a really good opportunity for an anti-censorship movement. But hey, that's just my opinion.
Cash is king.
Now they're going to let him come right back. It's like, why bother?
Jimmy Kimmel was suspended indefinitely 5 days ago. Now ABC changed their mind. What's your take on all this?
Clearly money talks.
I canceled my Disney Plus and Hulu.
Still not get Hulu or Disney.
Any company that defies the First Amendment doesn't get the right to have my money.
No more Disney, no more nothing because that happened. Cancel everything. Forget it.
They couldn't take the pressure.
I think it's great that they're listening to the wallet.
Hey, how you guys all doing? I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. Credit as always to the originators and stitches of the video we're reflecting on. So let's get into it. Jimmy Kimmel is officially back on ABC after Disney's near $4 billion loss. And while some Americans are celebrating, a whole lot of folks are still disappointed. And honestly, I get why. Let's just dive into the rest of the video and we'll be back for more commentary.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I really tried to stay away from it and just keep it light, but I'm not gonna front. I'm really not fucking with what Jimmy did. I'm so not fucking with Jimmy accepting the job back. I'm really not. Like, you actually hurt my heart with that, Jimmy. You really did. Every time that I think that America and Americans are finally in a position, in a place where they'll stop thinking about themselves and start actually looking out for everybody as a unit, as a whole, shit like this happens. And then I'm just reminded of the true nature of most Americans. And that is just self-preserving, self-righteous, self-helping, self-satisfying. That's it. It's all for self. Because of the collective organization and union of Americans, millions of Americans across this country, Disney lost almost $4 billion overnight. And we weren't boycotting. just because Jimmy lost his show and he wasn't able to say what he wanted to say. No, we were boycotting because all Americans across America who live in America, their First Amendment right was in jeopardy. It's in jeopardy. We are currently being censored as we speak. This was the time. This was the moment for all Americans to collectively stand together. It's not even a left versus right. Okay? It was the moment. It was the time. And it was because of others who had something to lose, other Americans who had something to lose, who did lose their job in the process of advocating for Jimmy to get his back. Now that ABC is feeling the pressure, Jimmy just takes the job back. He just takes the job back. It's been almost a week. We didn't hear nothing. Just silently accepted the job. While there's other Americans who still don't have their job for the same fucking thing. I thought the point was not us fighting for just one person, but fighting for all Americans. I thought that's what we were trying to do. I really thought that. I finally felt like, you know what? Jimmy Kimmel is a person that both the left, the right, white, black Americans love. They love him. He's a great, you understand, like mutual ground. That's what I thought. That's what I was hoping. But now that we finally get the confirmation that we've already known that the power lies with the consumers and not those who are actually signing or voting against or for legislation, I thought we were finally going to reclaim that. I thought we were finally going to reclaim that. Take it the fuck back. And I thought that Jimmy, after seeing how many Americans rallied up, not just for him, but for everybody's voice, I thought he would have been like, no, until, everybody, all the other Americans who lost their job due to this, due to them speaking out on their opinions on that man, until they get their job back, I don't know, because it's not just me who had to deal with some consequences behind something that I should have never had to deal with the consequences behind. He wasn't the only one. So why is he the only one who's getting his job back? And now the fight is going to be over. People who actually canceled, they were in it for the long haul. For you, not just for you, but for everybody. They canceled their trips. Annual trips, people who've been on these shits for years, 10 plus years, canceled. Anniversary, canceled. Subscriptions, canceled. Annual passes, canceled. And this was the moment for him to stand as a public figure. But he didn't. He decided to, until we get more news on the situation, I can only judge from what I'm seeing on the information that's out. And on the information that's out is he got fired. The world, the country rallied up behind him, and he silently accepted his job back. He didn't say nothing. He silently accepted his job back. And now we'll wait until the suspension is over and he'll get back on air. He'll get back on air. And the other Americans who lost their jobs, for the rest of us Americans who still have to deal with watching what we say when it comes to that man, considering that Congress just passed for a bill for him to have a day of remembrance on his birthday, which is coming up next month. So best believe they'll definitely be watching all those accounts to see what you people have to say. I thought. Jimmy, I still like you, but I don't fuck with this decision, bro. I don't. And I'm actually hoping that more information comes out that shows that this is not what I think it is. Because if so, after the country put their self-interest to the side to speak up for you to just care about your own self-interest when there's other Americans who lost their jobs defending you or doing the same thing that you did, that doesn't seem like justice for all. That seems like justice for one.
This is great for, what would you rather be canceled for? Sucking at your job or the mean president took your job away? So for them, he's getting to come back So you got to take the president out of it now, because now he's back. So there should be a huge rating spike. Everyone should be excited. And Jesse, you're wrong. You typically finishes third. Then it's Colbert. And then
Oh,
it's
I wasn't
Gutfeld.
counting Greg.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Just
No,
like
I'm talking
Greg.
networks, right.
Okay.
He's beating them,
to be
and
fair.
he's not
to be
even
fair.
on a network.
I just want to say, to be fair.
Thanks to you.
Yeah. Anchor, if there ever was one. But it's not about me right now. But
Right.
the point is, like, of course he's not going to change because he doesn't have a reason to change. His whole thing was the best thing for him was to stay gone, because he would have been able to say for the rest of his days that the evil Trump MAGA got me. And then all his pundits would come out and say, free speech is being taken away. And now, like, nope, here's your ball back. You got a slap on the wrist, act right. So then the next time he gets canceled, and it probably will be before January, it's going to be about the ratings. And you won't be able to blame the president. I'm glad this happened. You won't be able to blame the FCC. You'll be able to blame Jimmy Kimmel for not being funny.
Welcome back, guys. So, a lot of guys are disappointed. Because if you think about it, this whole boycott proves something massive. When consumers act together, corporations buckle. Disney folded fast. They didn't wait until the quarterly report. They didn't drag it out. They reversed course in less than a week. That tells you the boycott wasn't symbolic. It was powerful. People canceling their subscriptions, people pulling out of trips, people putting their dollars where their anger was. That worked. But here's the frustration. Once Jimmy got his job back, the larger fight, the broader vision, kind of evaporated. The disappointment isn't about him personally taking a job. Most people would take their job back if offered. The disappointment is that he had an opportunity to amplify what the people had just proven, that collective pressure works. He could have said, I'll come back, but not until every staffer, every behind-the-scenes worker, every person who got fired in the fallout also gets their job back. He could have shifted the focus from just him to us. And that's where folks feel let down, because what we just saw was rare, a national boycott with bipartisan participation, just like what happened now to Target. It wasn't left versus right. It was people versus corporate overreach. The disappointment comes from watching that momentum get reduced back down to one man's career. Let's think about it historically. You see, when workers sat down in Flint during the Great Depression, they weren't just fighting for one person's wages. They were demanding better treatment for the whole class. That's why it stuck. That's why it changed labor history. This moment had that same spark, the potential to become more than just Kimmel back on TV. And let's be real, the same consumers who showed their strength here still don't have affordable healthcare, still don't have rent control, still don't have job security. The disappointment is that the energy could have shifted into a larger strike moment, one where essential workers, teachers, and everyday people said, no, we are not just fighting for one celebrity, we are fighting for all of us. Instead, Disney neutralized the outrage by restoring one man's seat while leaving everyone else behind. And that's where the conversation really is right now. About power, about whether America will keep fighting or whether people will fall back into routine. So here's my question to you guys. Do you see this as a victory, even if it stops short? Or do you think Americans wasted a rare chance to push for something bigger? A true collective sit down that could have changed more than just one late night time slot. Drop your thought below, because honestly, this one isn't just about Jimmy Kimmel. This is about how we use power once we realize we have it. Thanks for watching from Echo Room Vibes. Peace out.